Okay, so this is a video of my database application. Um, Basically, okay, so as you can see here, I am using phpMyAdmin. Here's my database. Um, Part, shipment, supplier are my tables. They're right there. I am using WAMP server in order to compile and run my program here. And in order for that to work, you have to download and run WAMP server. You run it there, and then once it appears here, you click on it and hit Start All Services. That will allow for it to run. Now, this is my PHP file, dbapplication.php. In order for this to work, you have to save it to a certain location. So you're going to go to your C drive, WAMP64, and then www. Then as you can see, there's my file right there. So you can close that. Then what you're going to do is you are going to pull it up in whatever default, during your install it'll ask which default web browser you want to use. I chose Internet Explorer just because it was the first thing that it chose. You're going to place it, this is the URL you're going to type in. You're going to, this part right here is mandatory, it's universal, everyone's going to type that in, followed by the remaining path to your file. So just the remaining path for me would be database application.php because it's not in any subfolders or anything like that. The way this application works, right here are my variables for connecting, and then this is how I connect. Then the first section is we're going to be inserting S2P3200.006 into the shipment table. Okay, so as you can see, we'll go to shipment. You can see that it is not there. S2, it's in order, so S2, there's only 2, and no P3. So obviously it's not in there. What we're going to do right now, it's commented out because if you've inserted things into databases before, there's all kinds of errors and stuff, and if it was already inserted, it would return an error and quit the program. So what I'm going to do is, so this right here is what commented out. I'm going to comment those out, which in turn removes this entire section comment. So just comment that out and comment that out, and then I'm going to make sure to save. It's going to give me this because it's stuff's in ANSI. I'm not really worried about that. And then in order to run it, I'm just going to click on my URL and hit enter, and it says inserting into shipment, successful insert. And then the way we can check that is just checking over here. It doesn't show right now, but we'll refresh, and it's there at the bottom right there, S2P3200.006. So that worked. All right, and then we're going to move on to the next section. But if you know, as far, like I said, if we leave this open, if we leave this section open right here, then it'll return a fatal error and quit the program. So we're going to have to comment that back out. And then we're going to move on to the next part. So now we're going to be inserting S4P2 100.005 into shipment and see what happens here. So comment that, save, and now run. Alright, and then we got a fatal error. It says wrong SQL, insert into shipment, values, duplicate entry for S4P2. Now, that's this right here and this right here. These are both primary keys for this, for the shipment table. So this is actually correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We've got to comment that back out, and we're going to move on to the next section. Okay, so this one is going to want us to increase all status by 10%, and what that refers to is in the supplier table, each supplier has a status, and I'll show you here. Each supplier has a status. So right now it's 20, 10, 30, 20, 30. If it correctly increases each status by 10%, it'll be 22, 11, 33, 22, 33. Alright, so what we're going to do is go back. That's good to go. Actually, the next section is display info from all suppliers. So we can actually use this to check if this worked. So we're going to go ahead and run this section as well. And so we save and we run. Alright, so successful update, and as you can see, all the supplier information and each status has been increased by 10%. So that also works. Alright, so now we can move on again. And we will be doing the last and final section. And that is prompt user for part number and display suppliers who ship it. So we're going to be prompting for one of these 6 numbers right here. Sorry, one of these 6 numbers right here. And then we are going to display all suppliers who ship it. I bet you, and that's why this submit button is right here. That's where we're gonna be entering that information. So I'm going to comment that out so we can use this section here. And by the way, this section right here is how I created that submit button. So we are going to save, and now we are going to run again. Please enter part number P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, or P6. We're going to go through each one because it will update no matter which one we put in. So P1, submit. P2 shows all 4 of these that sell that part. P3, it's the same 4. P4, it's just these 2. P5, just those 2, and P6, just the 1. Alright, and that is all we have for this our DB application here. Now I'm just going to go back and comment this back out, and that'll be it. So yeah, thank you for watching.